Gang. This your boy Hyphen Jersey. You're tuning to Hyphen Eagles. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody that been consistently dedicated to watching the videos, liking, following, subscribing, commenting, giving your ideas and your opinions about what we talk about on regardless of the Eagles or the NFL period. Thanks for that. Thanks for supporting my man merchandise. We appreciate you. Continue to do that. We all, everything is about to move forward, about to be picking up even more. Like, when that season start, you already know how it's gonna be. Like, it's gonna be back to back, back to back. We're gonna be talking to you like almost every day. Hopefully, y'all won't get tired of us. Like, So, but if you coming from different platforms, you can follow me here on Twitter. This is what you can follow me at. You want to know, got anything you want to show, comment, or any suggestions, or if you want the same support, want me to follow you to watch whatever you got going on, man, you could hit me up there, and that's what it is. Like, and yeah, like first wanted to start talk about, everything's still looking good, everything is still looking right, getting closer to the we on that week. First game should be Thursday. Yo, we it's getting there, man. That first game, I can't wait to see how we gonna do against New England. See how we gonna actually come off with a win, and like see what the players gonna be like, who how the rotation is gonna look. See how we gonna stop Mac Jones and Ezekiel Elliott. I don't know how he gonna fall into their rotation with the running game, but I want to see how different in our rush defense going to be this year and everything. So I'm already, I've been excited, but I'm getting more excited because it's getting closer and closer. So I'm preparing myself, and y'all, I just can't wait. I can't wait to see what we're gonna do this year, and just to get the idea of this first game of how we're gonna be and everything. So yeah, like that's just that. But going towards the whole topic, dealing with Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni was there too, but Howie Roseman seemed like he was mostly speaking and just talking about the 53-man roster, how the players look, what they went for, the decision of letting go players and why they how comfortable they feel of the players that they kept, and what how good they feel about their decisions and everything. So um yeah, they speak about a couple of things. I like that they spoke. One of the questions was speak about Eli Ricks and how comfortable they feel about how he is and how he fits the rotation, and how good he is dealing with the roster. And it sounds like they comfortable with their decision. They see what I've seen, and a lot of people see that he was in that preseason. He was balling. He was doing his thing. He was showing that he has the potential and he deserved to be there. So that was a good thing, and that they made that decision to continue him in the rotation, in the lineup, and everything. So and they see more of him. Like, we only can see what he's doing out on the field, but they see more of him, how his work ethic, what he had to endure with the adversity and on his personal life, and everything that transitioned to him being from the team into now, that he stuck in, and he gave his work ethic, and he's showing that he really wants to be in this team, and he's giving it his all. So I see it, and I'm proud of him, and grateful. Hopefully, he could continue that going on to the rest of the season, and he looked good in the rotation, like So they talked about him. They talking more about the players that they released. Like they like it's never easy, like, cause especially coming from off a season that we actually did, in a minute, we actually did show something different. Like, we were coming off of a season that we was this. I guess I feel like we was the number one team, the best team, because of our record, because of how we did things, and just the fact that I know a lot of people going to disagree, especially people that's not Eagles fans, especially people that's our Chiefs fans. But it just basically how I feel. And it's not, you already know, you watch my videos, you know I'm not biased. It's not about me being the Eagles fans. You know, I talk a lot about different teams comparing to my teams a lot of times. Like, you know, I'm an NFL person. Like, I love watching the game. I got the heart of the game. And like, if my team doing bad, my team doing bad. If my team is not doing nothing, they not producing, they not producing. You know, but I just feel like, you know, I just feel that we was the best. Just the fact that what we had going on, like, you know, I know a lot of teams we didn't get a chance to play, and a lot of people like, oh, we would have played this team, play that team. I feel like we still would have beat them. Just the fact that our pass rushing, how our offense was doing, and our defense was good enough. Like, you know, we got way better going towards the couple of games at the end of the season than with our rush defense. And yo, we were just overall, like, you know, it was just, you had to pick your poison with us. Like, what you gonna do? Stop the run, then we gonna pass. You stop the pass, we gonna run. Like, so, you know, that's not a lot of easy for a team to defend. And I just feel like we, any other team, we could have possibly win on going to that last season. But I understand how people else gonna look at it, view it. They're gonna look at it differently. But that's just how I feel. Like, even with the Chiefs game, we lost the Super Bowl. No, we lost that because the shot at our foot. I mean, it was a Chiefs did play good. I'm not gonna take nothing from them. They did. They did had a good game plan, a good game scheme. You know how Andy Reid is. But even with that said, for we still had a chance to win it. They was playing catch up, but it was just a slip up with the fumbles and then you know, the penalties and everything. So we definitely still, even though, because the Chiefs is the Chiefs, Chiefs is a good team, you know. So even though it they came and they had a good game plan. They scored. They did the same play on us, you know, dealing with our defense. But we still had a chance. Like, they still would have been playing catch up if we would have kept the ball rolling. But we shot us up in our foot. It wasn't nothing like the defense did to stop us on the fact. It was more effective what we did to ourselves. Even with that fumble, a lot of people going to say, because that's what people going to do. It's saying, oh, they forced that fumble out of Jalen Hurts. No, the ball slipped. You know, he stepped, he tried to get it controlled, and it came out of his hand. Yes, he tried to roll out, but the ball slipped out of his hand. Other than that, you know, with the penalties and everything else, you know, it was just costly. So, I mean, not to stay forward on the Super Bowl, that's past tense, but just to make an example that, yo, even with that season, last season, we was like the best team. Like, if you want to say the best team because of the Chiefs, whatever, we'll say the second best, even the third best. Regardless, we was the top team. We was the top tier team, and to be have a season that as we had last season and have to give up players. It's not so much easy for a coach, and, you know, for coaches and to make that move, because like they don't want to have, they're not want to have to give up good viable players that we had to give up, like, you know, that we lost, you know. Well, a lot of these positions that we I mean, more to the defense, you know, the offense not as so much. But yeah, it's not really that so much easy. And then even with this off season, the players that they pick up, you know, with the rotation, who they had to let release and who they had to keep, you know, they had to go around and they had to have these conversations with these guys that they see potential. It just, you know, they had to release some guys, and it just, compared to the what people have, other players have, compared to the other players, they probably released players that they felt like they had good potential, but it's just, you know, not enough for the roster. So, you know, it's not so much easy for these coaches to actually, you know, or make these decisions. Like, sometimes it is, a lot of times it's not. You know, but yeah, going with that. But yeah, like, for the players that they did kept, you know, they felt like they confident, and they felt good in the decision of what they choose to do. But dealing with uh uh dealing with certain players and certain key players, and how they feel that's going, like, fit, and not the starters, just the key players as who they focus more on, like that's on the rotation wise. They feel confident. They feel more of a like, yo, they gonna produce a good enough of a backup, good enough of like if they have to sit somebody down, they're gonna feel comfortable enough that they work with these players, these backups that they will fit the rotation and fit the schemes and fit everything that they have going on with it. A lot of the people that's dealing with injuries and going out, they confident with they practice squads and everything that they um they didn't have enough players that will be worked, and then just come in and just show their game and just do what they got to do, and just be on that same mindset and the same page of what the Eagles always been, just taking one day at a time, one game at a time, and just doing what they got to do, like, but yeah, I mean, basically they talk more about not what we don't, more of what we, what's the word I'm looking for? They talk about what we already kind of already know of what are going to the Eagles. We see it last season, we saw off season, and we see it we see it now. Like, the Eagles is always focused, they're always taking the game at time. They just being prepared. Like, they don't like to underestimate no teams, and they just taking one game at a time. Like, so that's what it was. That we say it was on that. Um, Talked more about Notice Smith, them being absent a lot in his preseason, and then he didn't attend to a lot of the practices off season because of his recovery and everything that's going on his side. So they talked more about what he will be looking like going on to the season. And they like right now he's doing quicker recovery. He seems like he's doing good. If he's not recovered yet, if he's not in good health and healthy or straight yet, um by the in the regular season, then probably ain't gonna start. Which it sucks because we had confidence in this guy. When he got drafted, everybody was excited for him. Which he still is. Like, so hopefully, they say that it looking good, but he's still in that recovering state. But even if he missed the first two games, with the teams and all that, hopefully he'll be back. He'll be in the early games and show where everybody's looking for him to show. Like, so that's what they've been talking about on that note. But yeah, like they talk more about how they evaluate these players, and a lot of these players they jump ahead other players, or a lot of players don't make it because of the other players that do make it. Is the fact that they look at versatility, and they look at uh like how athletic and what more that a player can produce instead of the same single. Like, no, they talk more about on the linebacker position of how they look, dealing with Cunningham. They look confidence, they like what they see in him, but they also talk more about that they with the edge rushes and the edge rushes and the linebackers position, everything. They talk more about how they evaluate on. They like guys, and I talk to y'all. Y'all already know. Been watching for so long. Like I always say, you already know how I am strongly about this linebacker position, and they talk more about how I felt. We needed a linebacker that athletic, that could do more. Just rushing, like, just being a tackler or whatever. Like, we need a linebacker that know how to defend and read zone, that know how to read the quarterback and know how to recognize when he need to go upfield or come down for a tackle, or know how to rush the quarterback when the quarterback is rolling out, or know how to stop good runs. Like, know how to drop back or not to adjust to routes, like, adjust to a lot of check downs, to recognize a lot of check downs, and just know how to cover real good. Like we lacked a lot of that for years. So dealing with our linebackers, and so they trying to reevaluate linebackers, and not only linebackers in the defense position, just all the position period. But they would talk more on the linebackers, just more players that overall, like they have it. They not just one dynamic. They have more to offer, for the team, and that's that's how I look at it. So I'm glad that they feel like that. You know what I mean? I feel like every coach should feel like that. I feel like every player should try to work on a work ethic to become like that. I feel like every quarterback, just going towards the offense, should work on to know how to move their feet and work their feet. Not saying that, they just got to start running and running. No, you don't have to be a quarterback that's try to run first and try to use your feet first all the time. No, no, we already know this is a lead of passing. You already know passing is more important than running, but it does help if quarterbacks can work on their footwork at the same time while they developing their passing. Why? Because it helps, like getting extending plays and being a playmaker. Playmaker always help the team, and it helps the quarterback from being injured. They always say that quarterbacks that run get injured a lot is because a lot of times these quarterbacks don't know how to utilize to run and not run. Know how to utilize to slide and go for more. It happens like. But if you gotta run, you gotta run. Like, don't be like, oh, I want to run because I know. If you gotta run, you gotta extend plays, extend it. So that's just my example of saying, like, it's always good for players to, be versatile and to bring more what they have to offer in a position and for the team. Like, so they speak more on players to being like that. And that's how they evaluate, who's gonna be there, who's not. They see a player that, okay, he's good, we see the potential in him. But if we got a release guy, we're gonna keep him. Why? Because we're gonna keep the other guy. Why? Because he have more to offer. This guy have potential, but unfortunately, we're gonna go with this guy because he have more of an offer than you just having potential. And that's what I got from it, and that's what I look. And yeah, like overall, to not to last but not least, overall, like, just to sum up everything how I felt on what they talked about. I just felt like they confident. Just felt like, he liked what they did. They like what they seen coming with the 69 team down to the 53 roster. Uh, uh, they just they confident. I love that they confident. It doesn't seem like, they still trying to see whatever. No, they seem like they already know. They already got it down. Um, the players that they got, of course, with the starters, but we mostly talking about all these backups, because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was kind of a little worried dealing with our backups and our rotation, because they didn't really seem, especially on the defense side, they didn't really seem uh uh what I want. They didn't really seem like they had it all. Like, I didn't really see what I wanted to see enough from the rotation and the backup on this preseason. One of the people that really stand out to me in the preseason was more of Sidney Brown and Eli Ricks. And I saw good enough of Nakobe Dean. Uh in the beginning, Jalen Carter was type all right, but after a while I didn't see enough for him either. But like, hopefully they see what I didn't see, because they seem confident, they see what they see enough. So I'm just hoping our rotation will be, especially on the defense side, will be good enough. And I'm not, like I always say, to end it off, like I always say when it comes to the defense, I've been on the defense since this off season, since the last season ended and going to the off season to now. You already know, you've been watching videos. I've been mostly focused on this defense of what we're gonna be, because of the offense that we're gonna face going on towards 23 to 24 season. And you know how big I've been on that. Like, so, and I also been better on the rotation. So the defense and the rotation, the defense for the starters on the defense and the defense period. I'm hoping that they will show enough and they'll become. I'm confident, but I'm also got that hoping that they will be enough to stop these offense. And then the rotation for the defense that comes in and with different formations and everything would keep that momentum and keep that rotation, uh, uh, keep the game and keep the flow of the game continue on the defense and don't mess up what the starters had going and then the rotations come in and then it's like oh somebody didn't get a touchdown keep it rolling. I know it's going to happen but don't let it happen too much. Don't let it be a consistent thing and hopefully they'll show because like I said when I first started on this off season about the defense I'm like, yo, I'm not looking for them to be the best defense in the league. I'm not looking for us to be the number one defense. Like, I'm looking for us at least be good enough to give our offense ahead of time. Like, at least be good enough to stop offense. So our offense could be more like because we don't want to come down. We don't always want to have to come down to a ball shootout game, a shootout. No, with offense and offense. Like sometimes we're gonna have games like that. Sometimes Jalen Hurts gonna have to be he gonna have to do more and he gonna have to score a high score game because the other offense is scoring high score. They just doing good and our defense having a struggle to stopping them. Sometimes we're gonna have games like that, but just don't not let it be consistent not only Jalen Hurts, but you got a good running game. Sometimes, just our offense period, you're gonna have to run it enough to keep to pick up the score to because the other team is scoring, so now we gotta score. And then they get the ball back, and they scored again, and now we gotta make sure we score again. Like sometimes games like that, but you don't want to come in the game. You don't want to always have consistent games when you got to do that. We want our defense to be able to give our offense a comfortable, a comfortability, to be comfortable in the league. That okay, not saying like because a lot of times a lot of teams get comfortable in the league and they start slacking off or they start taking their foot off the gas. Next thing you know, a team come back. No, you want to be comfortable in the league, but at the same time keep your foot on the gas. Like that's what I'm looking for. So it seemed like we had it, but I still would got to see, and I'm hoping for the first game when we play New England, we see it good enough. I know sometimes we got to get the team sometimes get used to a lot of things. So, but just to give us an idea to see what's going to happen, that's what I'm looking for. So, but yeah, that's it done. I like what I'm hearing. Continue to. I want to continue to hear the confidence and I want to let's get this game going. First game's coming. I'm gonna have another video speak more about my prediction and how I feel about how the Eagles and the Patriots game is gonna go. It depends on the matchups and the teams who they got now, who we got, and everything. So just stay tuned. Like I said, follow me on Twitter right there. That you can follow me. Got anything you want to comment, like, subscribe, go ahead and do it. Like I said, appreciate your attention, appreciate your following, your subscribing, your comments, your ideas, and continue. We're gonna have more, when the regular season started, we're gonna be in y'all, we're gonna be talking to y'all almost like every day of the week. So yeah, continue to follow. Let me know how you feel about who we got on this roster. How you look and everything, and your ideas of how confident and how comfortable and how okay you are with who we got, who we let go, who we kept, and dealing with the rotation line. So only thing I would say before I leave, because I just thought about it. One of the wide receiver position, I saw that we had Alama excuse me, I'm trying to say Alameda Zacchaeus. We still had the Fez Watkins, but I'm happy for him. But I wanted to see Greg Ward up there. I like what he did on the preseason. I hope they somehow could put him into that rotation. I'm gonna speak more about that with another video about him. But like I hope they could put him into the rotation because I saw that he still got it. Greg Wood did us a lot of justice going to the seasons ago, like with him with Carson Wentz and everything, like even with Nick Foles, like um he was good enough. Like, he was good, and he shows it was levels to it in the preseason. Like, he did good. I like what I saw of Great Work. So I hope they do more. They find something more of him for the team, and they could put him in the slot or receiver or something. They could add him. I'm not saying he could be over Quez Watkins or Zacchaeus. But like, he could be in that rotation somehow. Like, hopefully they could figure it out, because I like what I saw. I hope they continue to keep him. I didn't hear nothing that they released him. But yeah, man, I just it just came in my mind. I thought about it, but yeah, hopefully they can find something. I like what I saw in Great Work, and yeah, that's it. I just have to throw that out there. So let me know how you felt about that. Let me know your comments on with dealing with who, if they should have put him Greg Wood into the rotation. Let me know how you feel about it. But yeah, that's it though. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, following. Appreciate you. I always gonna appreciate you. Continue to do that. We most definitely is grateful. And all prayers, all thanks and love to all the Eagles fans and to the NFL fans, period. Continue to support us, and we appreciate you. This your boy Hyphen Jers. Thanks for tuning in to Hyphen Eagles. And I'm out. Bird game.